What is going on, ladies and gents? Michael or Legacy Kill HD back today with another Red Dead 3 video for you. Today we're going to be tackling the top 10 things we need in Red Dead 3. We're also going to be discussing numerous topics, so make sure you guys get interactive in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on all of this and tell me what you want to see in Red Dead 3 and why. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Check out some of the other Red Dead videos I've also done. There should be a link in the description to the playlist. We've discussed some leaked information and some other theories on the possible story. But nonetheless, we're going to start here at the 10 spot with historical mentions. If you guys are not aware, a leaked map came out a while ago. It showed off our first little look at what Red Dead 3 will look like. It's pretty much a prequel. It's going to be taking place in pretty much most of Louisiana, and we're also going to get parts of Florida and I guess some parts of Red Dead Redemption returning. But what we also have other questions that arise from this is, what will Red Dead be taking place in? Could it be the Civil War? That is probably one of the biggest controversial moments in American history, and that could serve as a lot of different types of roles and different types of little Easter eggs we could be getting. I've also brought into the past, maybe we see an Abraham Lincoln mention, maybe even an assassination type of quest. That'd be pretty cool. And we also have other types of issues that would be interesting to see if Rockstar tackles, such as slavery, because Louisiana at that time, almost half the population was enslaved. So that would be interesting if they actually get into that. And also the Native Americans, as most of their land has also been taken away at that period of time, seeing if they actually do comment on that. There's a whole mess of issues at that time. It will be interesting seeing if Rockstar will tackle some of that, because it definitely served what the West was. And now to the number 9 spot, we have character customization. One of the biggest wants throughout Rockstar Games' titles has been customization and the ability to alter the appearance of our characters. And I actually hope that they don't necessarily give us the ability to change up what our characters look like. There's been many rumors spewing that we will have multiple protagonists once again like Grand Theft Auto 5, and if that is so, hopefully we have a variety of different types of characters that we can play like, which could include different types of races and even sexes. Maybe we get our first female protagonist. But I definitely hope that in the multiplayer, that's where we get the customization, where we can alter whatever our character looks like. But for the single player, I hope they keep it like how it was in GTA 5. Maybe we change up how their face looks like, maybe with facial hair. That really is the most, because I think that's what Rockstar Games really sticks with, matching a character's appearance to their identity, or who they actually are. And to the 8th spot, we have building a fort or a faction, where this could be something seen in multiplayer and even single player, where we have the ability to run a faction and build it from the ground up, or we are actually able to build a reputation throughout the West and make people scared of us, or even be saviors to some people. And when I say building a fort, I don't necessarily mean something along the lines of Fallout or even Rust. I mean something where we can actually have a headquarters, where we can maybe save up money and bring different types of mercenaries to our side, or even some people that just want to help the West and make it a safer place. This could allow us to have faction on faction battles, or even robbing banks, or even just saving other people from the menaces of the West. And then maybe we actually are able to recruit other villages or towns by doing good deeds, or maybe taking it by force. There's so many different possibilities with this that they could do so, and this could be a very fun story edition, or it could be something that would be fun for PvP battles. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section. This is more of a bizarre idea that I feel like it would be a lot of fun from Rockstar Games, just seeing the different possibilities and the different ideas that could flow and how we could take over the West with our own outlaw gang. And to the 7th spot, we have adult content, something that's been very controversial for Rockstar Games in the past. This goes all the way back to GTA San Andreas with the hot coffee mod, something that brought upon a lot of censorship to a lot of nudity and different types of content from Rockstar. But over the last couple of years, it feels like they've been more open to actual sexualizing their games. If it serves the story, I feel like it should be included, and Red Dead Redemption did a perfect job at that, and I hope that they keep on going with this and don't shy away from showing what the actual chaotic setting of the West was. And at the 6th spot, we have random encounters. One of the biggest parts of Red Dead Redemption is the emptiness of the West, but what it also brought was a lot of NPCs with various situations, and this also brought different types of outcomes like robberies or even bandits trying to attack, and there was also a lot of other side missions that came out of this. A lot of fun, pretty much. And I feel like if you're gonna have a West that's very empty, having NPCs interact with you is probably the coolest thing that you could have. But all the shootouts and showdowns with gangs and factions is what makes Red Dead the Wild West that we love. And at the 5 spot, we have hunting and looting returning and being improved. One of the funnest parts of Red Dead Redemption was hunting animals and using them for loot or just making money off of it. It was a lot of fun, and I really hope that they improve upon this, maybe give us more of a reason to hunt different types of animals, and all the different variety of animals was the funnest part going through and hunting them, and also adding upon the perks that we could earn from this. And obviously it makes this chaotic Wild West just a little bit more fun with all this action. But in terms of looting, I'm hoping that this time around we actually have the ability to get more outfits or weapons off of dead characters, or even encounters with camps or towns. With Red Dead Redemption, it felt very limited. It felt like most of the items we couldn't actually select. I mean, this is a game that was released in 2010, so it's for obvious reasons why we didn't get a lot of looting, but this time I'm hoping that changes. I'm hoping that we actually are able to select more items, we can sell it, or even utilize it for other types of reasons, which could include our character customization in terms of weaponry and armor. And at the 4th spot, we have Honor and Fame returning. One of the funnest parts of Red Dead Redemption was battling with Honor and also improving upon Fame. In terms of Honor, it was one of those types of deals where you had to be a good guy, and if you made mistakes, you paid for it. Within towns, you could be hated and you could be killed, or you could be famed and people could love you. But either way, with Honor, it was one of the funnest parts about progression, and I love the perks that came from it. And on the flip side, we have Fame, where people actually would be able to know who you are from your actions, and that was one of the funnest parts. I love their leveling system with Red Dead Redemption, and I feel like it has to return this time around, just being that it's very decisive and very unique, and just from the actions that you make in the West, it really does contribute to how you are as a player and how you're treated. And that's what I love with games that actually make your choices count. Down to the 3 spot, we have online multiplayer. One of the funnest parts of Red Dead Redemption was its multiplayer, and as Rockstar Games made GTA Online, I feel like they're definitely going to be going down that road, probably trying to get more microtransactions. It's unfortunate that's what video games have come to, but it seems to be a reality that we're going to have to deal with. But it feels like there's ways that they can actually make this work, and I'm sure there's going to be various outfits, some believable, some not, and with weapons, I'm not sure that they're going to actually add a lot more, just being that the West was very limited in a sense with weaponry. But I've already said if they add different types of forts and even faction wars, that would be a lot of fun, and I'm sure we're going to be getting free roam mode returning, where we can just battle and kill the living shit out of all the other players within the Wild West, give it the chaotic setting that it deserves. We can have a lot of fun with that. Definitely it is the easiest type of multiplayer game that I feel like that Rockstar could make, but I definitely hope that they add different types of modes within this free roam where we can compete in. Something similar to GTA Online, where in certain areas or certain towns, there would be events going on, which could include a cops and robbers type of deal, racing, showdowns, and even death matches. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think it's going to be very similar to GTA Online or Red Dead Redemption? Personally, myself, I think it's going to be similar to GTA Online, just being that the microtransactions are getting crazy with Rockstar Games, and I feel like that's where they make most of their money nowadays. And it's unfortunate, but like I said at the beginning of this little bit, it's a reality that we have to deal with. And at the 2 spot, we have the presentation. This isn't necessarily just the actual graphics, but it's how the game felt, and this isn't necessarily just about the soundtrack. One certain song really sticks out to me, and that was Far Away. When you head to Mexico for the first time, that song is played, and it's absolutely phenomenal. It's just one of the best parts. It really does bring your emotions out in certain ways, and it really does set the tone for what Red Dead Redemption was. And all together with the original score, it just really was amazing. I think it was one of the first ones made by Rockstar Games. Either way, it worked out amazingly, and I'm really looking forward to see what type of music and what type of soundtracks and what type of tone that they can bring to this next Red Dead title. And then on the graphical side, I'm sure it's going to be probably an upgraded Rage engine to be specific, and it's going to look a lot better than what Red Dead Redemption does look like. I mean, looking back now, even playing the Game of the Year edition on Xbox One, the backwards compatibility, I can definitely see that it's an older game. It started development in 2005. For a game that came out in 2010, it still looks pretty amazing, and I just really am looking forward to seeing what the West will look like here in 2016 with the technology that Rockstar Games does have now. And at the number 1 spot, the most important thing for Red Dead 3 is a good narrative. One of the biggest downfalls I felt with GTA 5 was it didn't make me feel emotional, or it didn't make me feel some type of way. And with Red Dead Redemption, that was one of the greatest stories I've ever played in a video game. You know, you follow John Marston through his long journey throughout all of this huge Western game, which ultimately led to his death, which was one of the saddest emotions I've ever felt with a video game in general. And nowadays, I have like a certain thing. If I actually am able to be touched by a game in any type of emotional way, I feel like it's achieved victory in some other senses. One of the other games I actually did that recently was The Witcher 3, and GTA 5, it really lacked in a couple of ways with that. I just didn't feel any emotions towards the end. I was kind of like, oh, okay. And I gotta stress, this is just my opinion. Maybe you felt a certain different type of way, but it just didn't really touch me in the way that other Rockstar games that have done in the past. And I'm really hoping that they once again deliver a top-notch story, something that we can journey through. But anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys smack that like button if you did enjoy the video or found it any bit informative. Also, dive into the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts on all of this. What part of Red Dead 3 do you think is needed the most? And expect more Red Dead 3 videos such as this, and also news and information and various leaks. But I once again want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.